Good morning, this is Carla from Eaton, Colorado. Sorry, I came down with a raging case of heat stroke on Sunday. Oh my gosh, it was horrible, but I spent yesterday recuperating. Today I'm a little tired, but yeah, it's fine. I'm having a glass of Colorado Sun tea. It's yummy, but then I have to follow this with water, water, water. So good. It's too bad that, tea is a caffeinated diuretic kind of. You're supposed to retain a little of the water, not run yourself dry, right? Okay, so the exciting thing, there's two exciting things today. One of which was last time we met here in my tiny home. I had talked about doing doing the letters because I have this vision in my mind of what the letters should look like. Without spending more money. I've come as close as I can. You're not going to be able to see exactly how it looks except for when I insert the picture. So let me do this. So I'm going to try and cover the letter. Okay. Okay, so you see I have all the squares finished and I've been filling in the squares. I'll have the rest of these squares done today. That's not a problem. And then I can start in on the letters. But I told you last week that I had ordered some Krennic Blindingly Black number 4 very fine braid, and it came in on Monday when I was suffering from heat stroke. Sadness when you can't start doing this immediately because you're dying. And dying I did. Have to be more careful is what I need to do. So here it is, this right here. So wonderful. I can't even express to you how wonderful that is. And I have to keep covering up my mouth so you guys can't hear me when I talk. But there it is. And it's starting to get warm again. So I better hurry. I'm going to insert a picture of that in the sunshine right here. So you can see that it has that little sparkle to it, and that is, I'm going to look at it again in a little sun, and that's kind of what I was going for. It's the sparkle and the different colors in it is very subtle compared to regular, I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. It suddenly started getting hot and now I'm like, whoa, flustered. But yeah, looking at it in this little ray of sun here, which sadly you guys can't see except for in that picture. I'm going to post the picture of the floss in the sun and the letter all sparkly in the ray of sun on Instagram and Twitter as well, so you guys can, just look at those pictures there, because, seeing them for 3 seconds in a video it's not good enough. So, problem solved on that. Now I just hope that I have enough of this blindingly black Krennic. It's weird. It's like black. You're looking at it like this. You know there's some sparkle in there because you can kind of see the green and gold, right? But it's not until you move it around in a ray of light that you see the true effect, and it's amazing. I just have to say thank you. And @Krennic Girl is going to love this, I think. course, she loves anything that involves her loss. Her and her husband, Dave. Dave Krennic. So, there's that. Okay, so that was very exciting. I found I'm looking at it. I can't stop looking at it because it's beautiful. It's just, it's gorgeous. So anyway, so I got a bunch of heat, aside from the heat stroke, about me saying I was starting something in January. And I talked, why do I keep saying I talked? I spoke with the person that I'm doing the model stitch for and got permission to actually talk about it. She's kind of already announced it on DeviantArt and various other places. I'm not sure exactly where, because she's in places that I don't go, because I'm not like all out there, doing stuff like a lot of people are. I can't keep up with that. So I just, I can't even keep up with my blog anymore. I used to do that all the time, and I feel bad because I love my blog. My blog is awesome. But yeah, so I got permission from Ashley, and you'll remember Ashley because in May, that's when I went down to Arizona and hung out at her house and did that little interview with her, because she takes pictures and turns them into patterns. And she's getting really good at it. She did Hannah Alexander's Mucha Princess, her Disney princesses, which was in the Mucha style, the Art Nouveau. And they are beautiful. And they are stitching up beautifully. One of these days, we'll get to see all of the princesses stitched, and won't that be a thrill? Oh my gosh, because honestly, once they're stitched, they're just beautiful. And I think the first one finished was Mulan, and that was stitched up by my friend Nancy, and oh my gosh, it's glorious. It's really beautiful. And I think Mulan was a nice break after she had done Teresa Wensler's the Cinderella piece, Stroke of Midnight, that's what it's called. That one took almost 2 years. But I don't think the Mucha will take that long. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's 2 feet tall. It's not 2 feet wide, though, so there's hope. I think it's going to be about this big, not even a foot wide, but it's going to be 2 feet tall. So not wide, but tall, because Mucha did everything in a poster style. Well, not everything, but not like his Slavic artwork, where he was doing things there, trying to bring unity to the Slavic states. I'm going to link the Mucha Foundation below. They touch on things lightly, just a little bit, enough to interest you and to help you learn just a teeny bit about this man who, was obviously involved in his country and the areas that he lived in, and he cared enough to try and unite the people and to stop fighting. And stop fighting, children! So he was a very interesting and complicated man, I think. So, I mean, I know a lot about him, but it seems like I'm speaking disjointedly today, so I'm just not going to go into detail. You can go read a little bit at the Mucha Foundation, link below, and I'm going to link you to Ashley's Etsy store. So the piece that I'm going to be model stitching for Ashley is Mucha's 1896 version of Spring. Sorry about that. Mucha's 1896 version of Spring. That's going to be mine. Another friend of mine is going to model stitch summer, and a third friend of mine is going to model stitch autumn, and then I believe Ashley herself is going to model stitch winter. She's currently working on converting. Okay, I live across the street from the high school, and they're currently testing out the PA system at the football field. So that's what that is. It's like every time I try and talk, they're doing something. Lorenzo. So anyway, I'm going to be stitching the model stitch for spring, and that's going to be the first one up because that's what Ashley's working on. Now, because I do not have permission from the Muka Foundation to share the picture of spring, I'm just going to share the picture of where Ashley's at in the conversion process right here. And um, and if you just click on the link below, you can see the other ones. I'll I think what I'll do is I'll put the link below for the 4 seasons together, and that way you can just look at all 4 and go, ooh, or oh, it depends. Everybody's preference is different, and you know, I am going to be thrilled to death to be stitching spring, so very excited. You have no idea how excited I am. I mean, I might even start it earlier, but my start date is January. I start school in January. Um, well, that's if the pattern is done being created by January, because these things take time when you're trying to stay as true to the art as possible. And and that's what Ashley does. It's like when she was converting the Hannah Alexander um, princesses, she was trying to stay as true to the art as possible. And I personally believe she did. I think she did a wonderful job. She had help from the entire village. We helped her. But I'm not someone you ever want to go to ask about, does this color work? I'm not that girl. No, no. There are other people that are better with colors than I am, and I recommend you go to them first. I'm just not that way. So, not a good color person. I mean, I can be. I just have to think about it for a really long time, and that's not conducive for someone creating a pattern who needs um, what do you want to call it, a good eye for making sure the colors blend or whatever they're trying to do. I'm not that person. No. I can Frankenstein patterns though. I am very good at that. I could take one, smash it into the other one, and it works beautifully all the time. I have an example of that. I can put that right here. Yeah, that was a couple of years ago. Be mine. 2 different patterns, 2 different issues of World of Cross Stitching, and I just smashed those together because they belong together and the colors were exactly right. So I didn't have to do anything as far as color matching, luckily. Now the neglected floss stitch along, you can use whatever flosses you want for that. And gosh, I'm going to put a link to that down below. I mean, the patterns are free. And if you have just some floss laying around, pick it up and use it for that. That's what that's all about. I don't think I've talked about that in a really long time because I haven't stitched one in a while. We do have a person involved with that who is the model stitcher, and I don't know if she wants to be mentioned on Floss Tube or not. I'll have to get her permission for that as well, because I just don't throw names out there willy-nilly, not without permission. So, except for Stephanie, I blabbed about her. I haven't been able to interview her yet because she's my first Colorado stitcher and longtime stitching pirate, I might add. So I claim her as mine. I'll probably be seeing her. Oh, today's Wednesday. I might be seeing her today. I don't know. We'll have to look and see. So far, I live by the high school. Okay, I'm going to end this for today. And obviously the kids are enjoying the sunshine, the really nice weather. According to the Denver TV station, this is considered really great weather. I'm like, okay, super hot, 90-degree weather. I'll acclimate, it'll be fine. So until next time, my people, keep on stitching.